Hello?
Chief?
Yep.
It's Jenks. I've questioned Simon Thompson and Emma Bowman so far. Oh, and I found a pendant by the lake, which turns out to have been Emma's. But Emma gave it to Kate. So, chances are, Kate was wearing it the night she drowned.
What does Thompson know about it?
Simon doesn't seem to know much.
I don't trust Thompson. Then again, I don't trust Emma that much either. Try and get a bit of background on them, you know, usual stuff. When did Emma meet Kate? How long have they known each other? How long has Thompson known her? Give me a call back when you've got some more.
Thanks, Chief.
Yes?
Chief, Jenks again. I've been speaking to Rebecca Rand. She saw Kate in the pub last Friday, around 7, I think. So she came in drunk, gave us some money for a breakage or something, then left.
What, she just came in and then went straight out again? What did she break?
I don't know. Rebecca didn't know either, or so she said.
Doesn't sound right, does it? I mean, that money must have been for something. Quiz Rebecca, make a few suggestions, see if she bites. Simple as. Go on.
Okay, thanks, Chief.
Hello.
Chief, me again. A few things have come up. I met someone called James Wilson. Bit of a dropout into witchcraft, magic, occult things. Makes scrying mirrors.
What the heck's a crying mirror?
Scrying, Chief. It's an occult thing. Black painted glass. You're meant to stare into it until you see ghosts or something. Emma Bowman knew about it. They all know each other from college. Emma said he was selling these mirrors last Friday at the local market.
What was he doing Friday night?
I'm not sure. Said he couldn't remember the last time he saw Kate. Lives on his own, so I doubt he has an alibi, but I don't see any motive yet.
Well, look harder and double check where everyone was Friday night.
Right. Thanks, Chief.
Hello, Jenks?
Yeah, Chief, I had a confession from Emma Bowman. It turns out she was arguing with Kate last Friday outside the pub. Kate broke the window. That's what the money was for.
What were they arguing about?
Money. Emma says she'd lent some to Kate, but Kate hadn't paid it back.
So Kate had money problems, so she broke a window and then paid Rebecca back for it. Something doesn't add up there, Jenks.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
No. Call me back when you know some more.
Okay. Speak later, Chief.
Bye. Is it Jenks by any chance?
Yes, Chief.
Surprise, surprise.
More news. Turns out the argument between Emma and Kate wasn't about money. Apparently, Kate was going to blackmail Ryan Rand because she had information that Ryan was having an affair with a student. Emma was trying to talk her out of it.
How did Emma find out about it?
Well, they were friends, so I presume Kate just told her.
Policemen don't presume, Jenks. They find out. If Emma was trying to talk her out of it, she must have had a reason. There's something missing, Jenks. Find out what Emma had to do with it.
Okay, thanks, Chief.
Bye-bye. Go on, Jenks.
Chief, I've been asking around about Liam, the student who died last year. Quite a few people knew him, it turns out. Also, I've found out that Simon Thompson used to live with James Wilson at the farm. They used to use the farmer's greenhouse to grow herbs.
Really? Two students growing their own plants? Sounds a bit dodgy.
Exactly what I thought, sir, which is why I went to have a look at the greenhouse at the farm. Found a packet of leaves, which turns out to be something called Salvia divinorum, hallucinogenic plant, legal, unfortunately.
Yeah. And what does James Wilson say about that, eh? Yeah?
Not much.
We'll have another word with him. Find out what he does know.
Okay, will do, Chief.
Frederick Jenks.
Yes, Chief, bit more news. James Wilson admitted he does know what Salvia divinorum is, but he claims it's the only drug he grows.
Have you checked?
Yeah, I didn't see anything else suspicious.
What is this stuff, Salvia? What do you do with it? Smoke it?
I'm not sure, but I doubt you could smoke the stuff I found. You'd have to dry it out first. I imagine you infuse it or crush it or something.
We'll do a bit of research, find out. Does he sell it?
He said he doesn't, no.
I know he's growing it just for himself, Jenks. There's something he's not telling you. Go through your notes, make sure he's telling you the whole story, will you?
Okay, I'll speak to you later, sir.
Bye-bye. Tell me something interesting, Jenks.
Got some more news for you, sir. James Wilson has been telling me all about a cult called Third Eye. Used to be based in the village. According to James, they are brainwashing people using ECT machines and drugs, then selling them to politicians for profit. Slave trading.
What? I don't believe this.
James says Liam was killed because he was threatening to expose them. He made a flyer, which he claims led them to closing down. I suppose it's difficult to know how much to believe.
I don't think it's that difficult, Jenks. I wouldn't believe any of it. This guy sounds like he smoked one too many of those salvia bongs to me.
I suppose that is entirely possible. Some of what he said did remind me of Atlas, though, I have to say.
Well, have you asked him about this, Ryan Ran?
He says he's never seen the flyer.
Well, make sure he isn't telling you porkies, Jenks. Get yourself a stiff drink as well.
Yes, Chief.
You're gonna need it, sounds of it. Bye. Tell me what you know, Jenks.
I'm a bit lost for ideas at the moment, to be honest, sir.
Anything else happened?
Not really. Did I mention the student in the woods?
No.
A rather obnoxious student carving a devil sign into a tree. Turned out Atlas used the symbol. Simon Thompson explained it. It's to do with a phrase they use on the course, the 3 freedoms. Ryan said he came up with it.
The 3 what?
The 3 freedoms. It's about getting rid of your past, or something.
Sounds as daft as that stuff James Wilson was going on about. Have you found out any more about that?
No, not really.
Well, do a bit of research. Find out what you can about this cult. Who ran it, where they were based. Find out what Ryan Rand knows about it, particularly.
Okay, Chief, I'll call later.
Righto. Go on, Jenks. Surprise me.
Chief, lots of new information for you.
Oh, hang on. Let me sit down. Go on.
You know that cult I was telling you about? Well, it turns out it was Atlas all along. They were the same thing.
You don't say.
And the student... How did you know that?
It was pretty obvious, Jenks.
Right. Well, the student who died last year, Liam, was a student there. They had to change their name after he died and were forced into an out-of-court settlement with the family.
Dodgy bunch.
Also, I met Paul Rand, finally. He's worse than Ryan, doesn't give a straight answer to anything.
What did he say about Liam?
Not much, other than that he was drinking throughout the course.
So we've got 2 heavy drinkers and 2 suicides in 2 years. They must be proud. Push him some more. See what you can get out of him.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Chief.
Yes, Jenks.
Sir, I've been assaulted. Mugged.
What did they take? The hat?
No! A DVD I found, sir.
Was it a dodgy one?
Well, I don't think so, sir, but obviously someone wanted it back. Put a bag over my head.
What did they do that
I
for?
have no idea. It's quite disorienting, actually.
Did you keep the bag?
Yes.
Right, we'll find out where it came from. Someone must know about it.
All right, Chief. I'll call later.
Can't wait. Go on, Jenks. What do you know?
Not much really, sir, except I've discovered Ryan plays the guitar.
I thought you were going to tell me something useful.
Well, I found out Emma was in a band, too.
What with Rand?
Don't think so. Not sure, actually.
Well, why don't you find out and ring me back when you've got something useful to tell me, yeah?
Yes, Chief. Sorry, Chief.
Bye-bye. Got something useful to tell me, Jenks?
Chief, I found out that Emma was in a band with Liam, the student who died last year.
Yeah. What does she know about Liam?
Not much. She wasn't there when he died.
Well, Make sure she wasn't. Find out who was there that night. Work out what night it was. Make sure Paul Rand wasn't involved. And my other phone's ringing. Call me back, Jenks.
Righto, Chief.
Hello, Jenks.
Chief, some interesting developments to report. I met a former Atlas student who claims Atlas were involved in devil worship.
Devil worship.
So she claims. She was quite disturbed, even though this appears to have happened some time ago. I found some photos of Ryan's car, which she had vandalised, sprayed devil worshippers across it.
One way of getting your message across, I suppose, and what do the Rands say about it?
That Lisa's a fantasist. I'm not so sure, though. Something must have triggered it. Seems an odd thing to invent if there is or was no truth in it at all.
I presume the Rands deny knowing anything about it?
Ryan says he knows nothing about the occult.
Well, dig a bit deeper, work out what he really knows, and keep quizzing Paul.
Sure thing, thanks, Chief.
Jenks, I presume.
Yes, Chief, bit more news. It turns out Emma was with Liam on the night he died, and she thinks she caused him to commit suicide. She made fun of him, mocked him as part of the course.
Nice of her. Why did she do that?
Requirement of the course, apparently. To say something offensive. It's meant to encourage free thinking.
Interesting opinion. And I suppose the Rands just think that's what, par for the course or something like that, do they?
Well, Paul wasn't too bothered. He claims he didn't know Emma, so couldn't have predicted what she was going to do.
That doesn't wash. What does Emma say about him?
She does not like him. Really doesn't like him.
So she must have known him well enough. How well did he know her?
He claims not very well.
Well, make sure he's telling the truth. Oh, I've got a cup of coffee to make.
Coffee. Yeah, okay, thanks, Chief.
Bye. Make it interesting, Jenks.
Chief, I finally saw a bit of what goes on at Atlas. I walked in on a meeting. Very strange. There were several students sitting around a fire, taking it in turns to burn handmade woolen dolls.
You're hoping I'm going to say tell me more, aren't you? I'm changing my mind.
Ryan had an explanation for it, as did Simon. He claimed it was all about burning your past or something. Actually, Simon told me something interesting. He said they also use auto-hypnosis on the course.
Oh, what's that?
Self-hypnosis. Hypnotizing yourself. Apparently, that may have been what disturbed Lisa so much.
Is it dangerous?
Well, not in theory. Nobody I've spoken to seems to think so.
Well, if it disturbs Lisa so much, then it can't be all that safe, can it?
I suppose it depends on your psychological state to begin with, but I'll look into it.
Okay, keep it up, Jenks.
Always do, Chief. Always do.
You're very funny, very funny. Bye-bye. I'm here. Go on, Jenks.
Chief, so Paul admitted that they made a few changes because of Lisa's reaction to the course, but he wasn't giving anything away. They're still all denying the devil worship. Oh, and he mentioned that Kate had flirted with him.
How old is he?
Well, he suspected she was gold digging. Says he turned her down anyway. Says he doesn't get involved with students.
Well, I wouldn't take Paul Rand's word for that. Are you sure it wasn't him trying it on with Kate?
I can try to find out.
Do that, and make sure he hasn't tried it on with anyone else either. He's a smooth operator by the sound of it, Jenks. The worst kind.
Okay, thanks, Chief. I'll call later.
Any news, Jenks?
Made a bit of a discovery at the pub, Chief. Apparently Rebecca takes what I think is a morphine derivative. She had some on prescription in a cupboard at the pub.
And what did she say about that?
Well, I couldn't make her out, to be honest, but she didn't admit it was morphine. And I saw Ryan taking something from the cupboard too. Didn't see what it was, though.
It could have been the same thing. Well, check it out and get back to me, will you?
Certainly will. Speak later.
Okay, bye-bye. Carry on, Jenks.
Not much else has happened, except I found out that Simon Thompson owns a car which he lends out to friends, apparently.
Bit trusted.
That's what I thought.
Anything else?
I'm afraid that's all I've got at the moment.
Well, keep going, Jenks. Go and quiz Thompson about that car, will you?
Will do, Chief.
Bye. Still calling, Jenks?
Yes, Chief, afraid so. Got a bit more news. Apparently the prescription I found does belong to Ryan. It's for his arthritis.
Arthritis? Ryan? Has he told you this, or...?
He explained it, yeah. It seemed genuine enough, although it's impossible to tell with Ryan.
Well, keep at him. You need to find out who's taking it, when they're taking it, and where they're taking it. You're getting closer, though, Jenks. Keep it up.
Thanks, Chief.
Bye-bye. Go on, Jenks.
Chief, Ryan's taking morphine for his arthritis.
Oh, well done. Where does he keep it?
Under lock and key, so he says. Insisted nobody could have had access to it.
Well, we know that's a load of rubbish, don't we? You're on to him, Jenks. Which means all you have to do is keep the pressure up. Crack him.
Okay, Chief.
Gotta go. Bye-bye. Jenks.
Yes, Chief. Made a very interesting discovery at Atlas. Ryan told me about the combination locked room there. He said that's where he kept the morphine and that nobody had access. Except I let myself in there earlier using a PIN number that I found written on the back of a card dropped by Simon.
That was a very long sentence, Jenks.
Thank you, sir.
What does Thompson say about it?
Well, I haven't really questioned him properly about it yet.
So, why are you calling me? Get back to Thompson and call me back when you've got a proper question for me.
Yes, Chief. Sorry. Speak later.
Bye. Got something interesting, Jenks?
Very much so, sir. An interesting discovery in Ryan's car. A cheque for £500 from Ryan made out to Kate.
Blimey, how does he explain that?
He said it was an incentive. Apparently he'd heard she was thinking of leaving the course.
What made her so special that they were willing to pay her to stay?
Just a good student, I suppose.
Nah, doesn't add up. £500 is a lot more than an incentive, Jenks. You can buy questions in Parliament for that kind of money. Sounds pretty desperate. Keep on at Ryan about it. Oh, and get yourself another drink.
Another drink. Thanks, Chief.
I'm having one. Bye. Go on, Jenks.
Well, Ryan claims that the money was something to do with Kate's assessment rather than being a bribe or anything like that.
I'm sure he does.
But I couldn't get any further with it, unfortunately. However, I did see someone delivering boxes of poppy pods to James Wilson.
What? Wilson's making opium as well?
Possibly. I can't get any further with him either.
Right. What's the connection between Wilson and Thompson again? I've totally forgotten that brain.
They both used to live at the farmhouse before Simon moved out with Emma.
So they've got history together. Well, we're missing something here, Jenks. Just try and quiz both of them. Find out about these poppies.
Okay, thanks, Chief.
Jenks, tell me what you know first, but this time I've got something to tell you.
Really? Well, what I found out is that Simon was asked by Ryan to test Kate to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate.
Prime what?
Prime candidate. It's the best of the bunch. The best Atlas student. The prime candidate gets an instant job on a fantastic salary as soon as they leave the course.
And how do they work out who's the best of the bunch?
That's what I'm trying to work out.
Well, that's very interesting. I'll tell you what I know, shall I? That name they used to trade under, Third Eye. Turns out they were investigated 3 years ago over an allegation of physical abuse. Torture, Jenks. Witness had puncture marks through both her hands.
And Atlas weren't charged?
There was nothing to charge them with. The witness inflicted the wounds herself. Witness said it was something called threshold testing, whatever that means. Go figure, as they say in America.
Can I ask the Rands about this?
Well, there's no point. They won't tell you anything, and it'll just put them on the defensive. Just keep chipping away at them. Try and find out what this testing involves. That's the best thing. Get something on them, and you'll be in a better position.
Right. Thank you, Chief.
Nearly there, Jenks. Hello, Jenks. Yes, I'm still up. Thanks for asking.
Chief Ryan admitted that he asked Simon to test Kate to see if she was good enough to be prime candidate, but he's throwing it all back on Simon. Says it was up to Simon about how he went about testing her.
Very convenient. What does Paul say?
He pretty much backs Ryan up. He claims they don't do any threshold testing.
Well, that's a load of horse droppings. He knows you're onto him, Jenks, which means you're getting somewhere at last. It's only taken you till midnight, but well done nonetheless. Listen, call me back. I'm watching an old movie, but Christopher Lee's only just turned up, so I'll be here for another hour or so, yeah?
Okay, Chief. I'll call again.
Yeah, bye. Yeah, just as it gets to the good bit, great. Go on, Jenks.
So, where to start? Paul admitted that they do use threshold testing. Apparently they get a wedge of cash from various companies in exchange for each prime candidate they produce.
Interesting.
Also, I met Ryan and some of his friends in the woods in the middle of some sort of occult ceremony. I have no idea what they were doing, but it did not look good. But Ryan insisted that Simon walked Kate home after the meeting last Friday. He's claiming Simon killed her.
And what does Simon say?
He doesn't agree, not surprisingly. He says it was Ryan, because of something to do with a piece of tape stuck to Kate's driving licence, which Simon claims belonged to Ryan. Claims it was Ryan who was testing Kate by sticking the driving licence to a tree in the woods in the dark and telling Kate to get it, knowing she'd fall in. And no, before you ask, it doesn't make any sense to me either.
Right, so basically Simon says Ryan was testing her and Ryan says Simon was testing her. Well, either one of them is lying or neither of them are. And nobody was testing anybody.
I suppose that's always a possibility.
Wouldn't surprise me, Jenks. Well, I don't know. I can't help you. But you're as close as you're going to get. Just check everything that everyone said. Go through everyone's statements. The answer's in there somewhere. Call me back when there's some good news, eh? Preferably a confession.
Well, if I can get one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chief.
Good night.